6 foods to avoid if you have high uric acid. A high uric acid level is usually caused by your kidney's inability to remove uric acid properly. Being overweight, having diabetes, taking some diuretics, and drinking too much alcohol can all cause a slowdown in the removal of uric acid. Hyperuricemia is a condition that occurs when the body retains too much uric acid. Hyperuricemia can result in the formation of uric acid crystals. These crystals can accumulate in the joints and cause gout, which is a severe form of arthritis. They can potentially produce kidney stones if these crystals settle in the kidneys. And you know what? Your diet is the main culprit responsible for these high levels of uric acid. So in today's video, we'll share 6 foods that you need to avoid if you have high uric acid levels. Whether you already have increased uric acid levels or just don't want them to rise, you need to avoid all these foods that we'll share with you. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you won't miss any of our amazing videos. Number 1. Soda beverages. Sugary drinks and sodas are considered empty-calorie foods. That's because they have no nutritional value but can add a lot of calories to your diet. They may also increase your risk of gout flare-ups. That's because these drinks are high in fructose. Purines are released when your body breaks down fructose. Uric acid is produced as the purine molecules are degraded. You'll be surprised to know that fructose can produce uric acid within minutes after consumption. 2020 research looked at various studies of sugar-sweetened beverages to see if there was a link between the fructose in them and the development of gout. It discovered that the drinks were strongly linked to an elevated incidence of gout and hyperuricemia. According to another research, drinking 2 or more soft drinks every day increased the risk of gout by 85%. Interestingly, these studies also suggest that drinking diet soda does not increase the frequency of gout attacks. So if you simply can't avoid these drinks, opt for the sugar-free versions only. Number 2. Alcohol. Alcohol has long been linked to gout, so it's best to avoid it if you're following a low-purine diet. A recent study of 724 persons with gout who drank alcohol discovered that wine, beer, and hard liquor were all related to an increased risk of a gout flare-up. This was true even with fairly moderate doses, but it was more pronounced in persons who ate high-purine diets and were taking particular drugs. Although wine is an exception, wine has long been linked to lower purine levels and is thought to be safe in moderation for persons with a history or risk of high uric acid levels. Genetics, as well as how you consume alcohol, have been proven in studies to relate to your risk of gout. According to research on 115,000 adults in Taiwan, alcohol usage, when paired with a specific genetic profile, increases the risk of increased uric acid levels to 60%. This research proves how fatal alcohol can be, so try to avoid alcohol altogether. And if you can't do that, opt for wine only, and that too in moderation. Number 3. Processed foods. Modern Western diets are frequently high in processed foods and refined carbs. These components have been related to an increased risk of gout as well as other health problems. By avoiding highly processed and refined carb foods and beverages, you can aid to limit the development of gout and associated symptoms. The most likely processed foods to trigger gout flare-ups are frozen dinners, chips, and snack foods. Similarly, you should also avoid candy, baked goods, chips and crackers, ice cream, and some frozen meals. Number 4. Red meat and organ meat. Red meat and organ meats are high in purine. Researchers have found that these foods can increase the risk of increased uric acid levels and gout attacks. Limit your consumption of certain red meats and organ meats to reduce your risk. These meats include beef, bison, liver, heart, sweetbreads, tongue, and kidney. Chicken contains moderate purine levels and should be consumed in moderation. Remember that many meat-based soups, gravies, and processed meats like salami and pepperoni can also cause gout flare-ups. There are some effective options for getting protein while decreasing your intake from animal sources. Eggs, beans, almonds, low-fat dairy, and some fish and seafood are among them. Number 5. Fish and seafood. Purines are abundant in certain types of seafood. On a gout-friendly diet, they should be avoided. Although other forms of seafood can be consumed, they have moderate purine levels and should be confined to lower than 6 ounces per day in your meal plans. Fatty fish, such as tuna and salmon, are high in omega-3 fatty acids and are typically regarded as beneficial. Well, they are beneficial, but still high in purine. Some evidence suggests that eating fish high in omega-3 fatty acids may reduce the incidence of gout flare-ups. Number 6. Yeast or yeast extracts. Purines are rich in certain yeasts and yeast extracts. So any dietary supplements containing yeast or yeast extract should be avoided. This is why beer often causes a gout flare-up. It contains alcohol, which might impair the body's ability to eliminate uric acid, as well as yeast, which is high in purine. So these were all the foods to avoid if you have high uric acid levels. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click the like button and share with your friends and family. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our amazing videos. You can also watch our other videos suggested just for you. See you in the next video.